A gold-plated Harley-Davidson cuts through the Gold Coast night. Inside a surfer's paradise nightclub, two patches stare at each other from opposite ends of the bar. Outside, engines roar. Inside, knives are drawn. 48 hours of violence, 5 stabbings, 1 shooting. When criminal empires collide, there's no neutral ground. Only blood on the asphalt. In the early hours of October 30th, 2021, Queensland police received multiple emergency calls from the Gold Coast. A nightclub in Surfer's Paradise has become a battlefield. Witnesses report men armed with knives, fists, broken bottles. 5 people stabbed in less than 10 minutes. By dawn, another incident. Gunshots on a residential street. Police find shell casings, blood, an abandoned vehicle in flame. Detective Superintendent Brendan Smith calls an urgent press conference. 3 names echo through the room. Mongols, Bandidos, Comancheros. Australia's 3 most dangerous motorcycle clubs have declared war over control of the Gold Coast. Smith announces the creation of a special task force. His words are calculated but clear. There are tensions between clubs and within clubs. The situation is unstable. Violence could escalate. But what police don't reveal publicly is more disturbing. The Mongols, arriving from California in 2013, have become one of the most brutal forces in Australian organized crime. The Comancheros, Underworld veterans since the 60s, see their territory invaded. Between them, an unwritten truth. In Australia, only one can remain standing. The question that no one in authority dares answer publicly is simple and terrifying. Are we witnessing the start of the most violent Bicky War in modern Australian history? The Comancheros were born in Sydney in 1966, founded by William George Ross, known as Jock. Their motto, always Comanchero, Comanchero always, isn't empty rhetoric. It's a blood code. For decades, the Comancheros dominated the Australian underworld with an iron fist. Methamphetamine trafficking, money laundering, extortion, contract killings. Their structure is military, chapter presidents, sergeants at arms, treasurers moving millions in black cash. On September 2nd, 1984, the Comancheros staged the Milpera Massacre, a shootout against the Bandidos in a tavern parking lot, left 7 dead and 28 injured. A 14-year-old girl died caught in the crossfire. The event changed Australia forever. New anti-gang laws, specialized police units, massive surveillance operations. But the Comancheros didn't disappear. They adapted. They became more sophisticated, more violent, more international. By 2009, their power was undisputed. At Sydney Airport, Comancheros President Mahmoud Hawi led a brutal attack against a Hells Angels member. Anthony Zervas was beaten to death with a 17-kilogram metal bollard in the middle of the domestic flights terminal. Howie was sentenced to 21 years, but the message was clear. The Comancheros backed down from no one. Meanwhile, across the Pacific, another force was preparing to cross the ocean. The Mongols Motorcycle Club, founded in Montebello, California, in 1969, are considered by the FBI the third most dangerous motorcycle criminal organization in the world. Their logo, a Mongol warrior with sunglasses on a Harley, is a symbol of calculated brutality. Their track record, open war against the Hells Angels since 1977, dozens of murders, international drug trafficking operations. The Mongols have an unwritten rule. A skull and crossbones patch means the member has killed in the club's name. The RFFN tattoo, respect few, fear none, can only be worn by someone who has committed an act of violence against a Hells Angel. They're not a motorcycle gang. They're a criminal army with presence in 28 countries. In October 2013, the Mongols executed the boldest move in their Australian history. 90% of the Sphinx Club members, one of Australia's most established groups, decided to patch over, trading their colors for the Mongols. In 1 week, the Mongols went from 70 members to nearly 400. Chapters in New South Wales, Queensland, Victoria, South Australia, Western Australia. The largest patchover in Australian motorcycle club history. The Australian Federal Police declare the Mongols a criminal organization. Europol does the same. But by then, it's too late. The Mongols haven't come to share, they've come to conquer. Gold Coast, Queensland's glitter strip, is the ultimate prize. Tourism, casinos, clean money hiding dirty fortunes. Whoever controls Gold Coast controls the methamphetamine routes from Asia, the money laundering fronts, the nightclubs where millions move. Traditionally, it was territory divided between Hells Angels, bandidos, and rebels. The Comancheros had limited presence, the Mongols, none. Everything changes in 2016. The Comancheros establish a Gold Coast chapter. Their Nerang headquarters, 2 kilometers from the nomads, is a silent declaration of war. They begin moving through Surfers' Paradise, Broad Beach, the coastal drug trafficking epicenters. They recruit, intimidate, execute. In 2017, police sources reveal the Comancheros are negotiating to absorb members from the Bandidos Centro chapter in Brisbane. The Bandidos National Executive orders its members to sever ties immediately. The tension is explosive. The Mongols watch from across the border. Queensland's new anti-gang laws have forced them to establish in Chindera, New South Wales, just across the state line. But they operate in Gold Coast as if it were their own. Nick Forbes, nicknamed The Knife, a former Sphinx member who patched over to the Mongols, is arrested for drug trafficking in Brisbane. Shane Bowden, another veteran from the Sphinx terror team turned Mongol, dominates operations in Victoria and Queensland. Violence begins in isolated episodes. February 2019. A Bandidos member is shot in the leg during a confrontation with the rebels at Logan Hyperdome. The incident was premeditated, a scheduled meeting that turned into an ambush. April 2012, a Bandidos member and an innocent woman received multiple gunshots from a Sphinx member who would later become a Mongol at the Robina Town Center on the Gold Coast. The shooter is convicted of attempted murder and sentenced to 12 years and 3 months in prison. Shootings, once rare, become routine. Public places, shopping centers, residential streets, nothing is off limits. In Canberra, the situation becomes complicated. 4 organizations fight for territorial control. Rebels, Comancheros, Finks, Nomads. Axel Sidaros, a Comanchero, is charged with attempted murder of a rival. Authorities warn that Canberra has become a war zone. Superintendent Mahler is direct. If one club dominates, it will be extremely profitable. But there are 4 groups trying to do the same. The environment is unstable. Violence will continue. By 2020, both empires are prepared. The Comancheros control Western Sydney, have chapters in Victoria and South Australia, expand internationally to Spain and Serbia. The Mongols dominate Queensland after the Finks patchover, maintain operations in 5 Australian states, recruit aggressively. Deportations from Australia under Section 501 send both clubs to New Zealand, where the conflict replicates. On October 12, 2020, the Mongols demonstrate their capacity for extreme violence. Shane Bowden, who had been expelled from the club for bashing a fellow member and returned to the Finks, is murdered in his Pimpamay driveway. 21 shots, 19 from an automatic pistol, 2 from a shotgun. The Mongols had installed a GPS tracker on his BMW weeks earlier. Physical surveillance, technical surveillance, meticulous planning. The Brisbane West Mongols chapter president and 7 other members are arrested for the murder. Police declare they've decimated an entire chapter. Smith initiates dialogues with club leaders. He warns them about consequences. No one listens. The criminal logic is simple. Gold Coast generates $50 million a year in methamphetamines. Whoever controls Gold Coast controls the routes from China and Southeast Asia. It's a prize worth hundreds of lives. In November 2021, authorities launched simultaneous operations, massive raids in Queensland, New South Wales, Victoria. Weapons, drugs, cash are seized. The Comancheros are the primary target. 33 people arrested, 78 charges, methamphetamines, cocaine, firearms, ammunition. The value of seized illicit tobacco and vapes exceeds $1.5 million. But the arrests don't stop the war. They only make it quieter, more professional, more lethal. The clubs stop wearing colors in public. They operate from legitimate businesses. Members avoid criminal consorting laws by using companies as fronts. A former bikie, speaking on condition of anonymity, sums it up. Violence has never stopped. If anything, it's escalating. We're more anonymous now. There are no established clubhouses. It's harder to identify us. It'll be harder to catch us. In February 2018, Mahmoud Hawi, former Comancheros president released after serving his sentence for the Sydney airport death, is shot dead outside a gym. 2 masked men flee the scene. They're never captured. Police suspect it's a revenge attack related to internal club conflicts. Hawi had survived multiple previous assassination attempts. This time, luck ran out. Hawi's assassination proves that in the motorcycle club world, there's no safe retirement, no effective witness protection, no forgiveness. War doesn't end until one side is destroyed. 2024. The war between Comancheros and Mongols hasn't ended. It has mutated. The Mongols maintain dominant presence in Queensland, New South Wales, and Victoria. The Comancheros control Western Sydney, South Australia, and maintain international operations. Both clubs operate in New Zealand, where deportations have created even more violent chapters. In Canberra, tensions persist. In Perth, the rebels have lost dozens of members due to war with the Mongols, leaving a power vacuum that both Comancheros and Mongols seek to fill. Authorities have intensified pressure, coordinated national operations, specialized task forces, asset forfeiture laws. In November 2024, another massive operation against the Comancheros results in 33 arrests, drugs, weapons, millions in cash. The Queensland superintendent declares the Comancheros participate in criminal enterprises that undermine the rule of law and economic stability. Violent acts, extortion, intimidation, drug and firearms trafficking, illicit tobacco trade, contracting criminals for burglaries and arsons. But each arrest creates a vacuum, and vacuums in organized crime fill quickly. For every incarcerated leader, 3 recruits take their place. The promise of brotherhood, the allure of the lucrative lifestyle, the respect the patch inspires. The clubs are resilient. They continue recruiting. They continue operating. The Australian government has declared official war against motorcycle clubs. Visa cancellations, mass deportations, public patch bans, criminal consorting laws. Immigration Minister Peter Dutton was direct in 2016. Our government is very happy to declare war on outlaw motorcycle gang members. They're causing misery to thousands of Australians. Since mid-2014, 81 club members have had their visas canceled. 27 have already been expelled from the country. But the war isn't won with deportations. Expelled members establish operations in New Zealand, Southeast Asia, Eastern Europe. The Comancheros have chapters in Spain, Serbia, Turkey. The Mongols operate in 28 countries. The globalization of motorcycle organized crime is unstoppable. On Gold Coast streets, the gold Harleys keep roaring. Surfers' Paradise nightclubs serve expensive drinks while in the back room, kilos of methamphetamines are negotiated. The patches have become invisible, but the power hasn't. The Comancheros and Mongols aren't in open war like in 2021. They're in Cold War, watching each other, waiting for the moment, the next mistake, the next opportunity. A veteran rapid action patrol detective said it better than anyone. These shootings and the number of shots fired are of great concern to the community. But the community only sees the surface. They don't see the midnight meetings, the broken deals, the planned betrayals. They don't see the next war, because in Australia, between the Comancheros and the Mongols, war never ends. It only pauses. And when the next shot breaks the silence of a Gold Coast night, no one should be surprised. The question isn't whether there will be another war. It's when, where, and how many will die before it ends.